Welcome to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide. I am Chanel Scott, a healer and a psychic medium who has been sharing my gifts professionally for more than a decade. This is a space where spirituality is simple, grounded, and lived, not performed. Here, we talk about the real inner work, the pauses, the questions, the healing, and the moments that shift everything quietly. This is the real talk for real life, without the fluff, the bypassing, or the pressure to be anything other than yourself. Through honest conversations, guided healing sessions, and soulful reflections, you'll be reminded that you already carry the wisdom you're seeking. Spirituality isn't something you chase. It's something you remember and embody. I'm here with you on this journey we call life, to gently guide you back to yourself, to reclaim your power, and remember your sacred self. From my heart and soul to yours. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide. I am your direction. Welcome to a new episode. My name is Chanel. I am your host and your spiritual tour guide. And today we are diving into energy work and healing. Have you ever felt disconnected from yourself? That feeling of not knowing where you're going or how to get there, knowing that there's intuition flowing in you, but not how to trust it, wanting to help yourself or help others and not sure where to begin. This feeling of energy or sensing energy, but not sure what it's saying or what you're supposed to do with it, not knowing what's going on or what you're sensing. This need for a deeper spiritual connection or even just practical tools for healing and transformation. These are the reasons that I moved into healing work so long ago. And today is the perfect day to start talking about it because we just had a massive energetic shift with the summer solstice. My spirit guides put it like we are in a tractor beam in hyperspace and we are just being pulled along. It's not that we're trapped, we're just riding the galactic waves, just feeling the cosmos. If you want to know a little bit more, you're going to have to watch the weekly channeled message to get the full details on that one. But what I know is what we are doing right now is so much deeper than just healing. It is a transformation that we are going through. And it is these pieces of wanting to feel connected. Tired of feeling lost and forgetful of who you really truly are. This feeling of being disconnected from the world and from ourselves, from our bodies. And just wanting something more, something deeper, something transformational that will actually work. If you're tired of the mindset and the blocks and all of the things, this is a tool that you can use to help calm the nervous system, regulate, and come back to a place of receiving to be able to actually dive deeper into the transformation that you are taking right now. And let me tell you, energy work transformed my life. Now, it started a really long time ago when I was with my ex-husband as my boyfriend still. He was in a car accident and I had seen a psychic in London and she had taught me how to do energy work on his broken rib to be able to heal it a little faster. She suggested that I meditate for 10 or 15 minutes, calm myself, connect, and then she told me to have him sit in front of me and take a crystal and just run it along his ribs. She said it didn't matter what crystal it was, whatever I had. I think I used amethyst back then. And I did that day after day until he was feeling better. And he started to notice a difference right away. And that was kind of it. I kind of left it for a while. Now, fast forward a little ways, and there was definitely a recognition for myself that I was struggling. I felt disconnected. I felt like I was just zombieing through life, and I was a complete insomniac. I could not shut my brain off at night to go to sleep. Maybe you get this too. I would lay there and literally have to repeat in my mind, it's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. As long as I kept repeating that, I could keep my other thoughts at bay, and it would eventually fall asleep. My body was so exhausted 24/7, but my mind was constantly in overdrive. I was in fight or flight most of the time, and I was just surviving. It was hard. I was a solopreneur and I was a single mom, and it was definitely challenging. Even when my ex came into the picture, it took a little time to actually come together. But when I was pregnant with my second baby, I ended up discovering Reiki and thought, why not take a session and just see what happens? So I did a Reiki session and it helped. It made me feel better. And right after that session, I went to my parents' house and we let them know that I was pregnant with Grayson, my number 2, who's now 19, almost 20. And because I felt so good afterwards, I decided to take the certification. It was a couple of hours. It was a Reiki 1, and I was going to learn how to do it to myself so that I didn't have to go to somebody else. I could do it whenever I needed it. Unfortunately, it was not the best experience. Not that it was a bad experience, but I just didn't get a lot from it. I was sent home with like a single piece of paper with the hand positions on it, and I just felt like I didn't learn a lot. I didn't feel much during the attunement process, and it was okay. So I did work with it. I used the hand positions and I practiced on myself, and I did feel some relief, but I definitely had a desire for more. Fast forward to baby number 3. Yes, my children are only 15 months apart, so that's not that much farther in the distance. When I was probably a good halfway to 3/4 of the way through my pregnancy, I did Reiki 2 with a different teacher. This young lady was fantastic. She was a wonderful teacher, and I loved the course. Now, it was kind of funny because she didn't have children and had never been pregnant, nor had anybody else in the class. And there was just a handful of us. So they had lots of fun when we were doing practice sessions. Isabel would push up under their hands, and it freaked them out the first few times, but they got used to it and loved it. And I do believe that Izzy is definitely attuned to Reiki because she is definitely attuned to healing work. Now, that course was so different. In the attunement process, if you had told me I was levitating 3 feet off the floor, I would have absolutely believed you. When she was done, I literally had to push my feet down into the floor to actually feel it because I could have sworn I was 2 feet above the ground. It was an incredible experience, and I felt like I actually understood Reiki and what I was supposed to do with it, how I could use it. But I learned that there was so much more. That really catapulted things for me. I loved Reiki energy, and I started using it all the time. I would give myself a treatment before bed. I'd give Reiki to the kids all the time. It was fantastic. Of course, I wanted to dive a little deeper. I eventually got with a new teacher because she stopped teaching. I had to find a new teacher. My third teacher was Gail Gage. Now I highly recommend Gail. She is the most incredible soul. She was so wonderful to learn from. I did Reiki with crystals, my Reiki master, and my Reiki master teacher with her. She is thorough in her teaching. Her manuals were amazing, and I felt like I learned so much. Now, the attunement process, I thought, could it get any better? And it did. With each and every attunement, I was shocked at what I was receiving. More gifts from the Reiki spirits and from my spirit guides, and it was just an incredible process. But what I slowly learned as I was practicing more full-time, having a professional practice doing Reiki, and teaching more students is that what I knew went far beyond just what I was learning in Reiki. I understood that the basic principles were a great foundation to move from. But there was so much more that we could access. It was about learning to trust ourselves and our intuition. That's where it begins. Understanding and feeling. The healing begins with us taking care of our own souls before we take care of others. But also that the deeper we understand ourselves and our intuition and are trusting in that, the more powerful our healing became. It was way more than just hands-on healing. I was understanding, tracking energy and how it flowed through the body and what it was telling me, which later led me to medical intuition, and I am certified in that as well. What I didn't realize is I was already doing medical intuition as I was doing Reiki. They are two very different things, but they come together in a certain way. One kind of taught me how to do the other, and vice versa. What this says, or what this shows me, is that the body has this deep sense of wisdom, and it can be accessed in so many ways. If you want to keep it simple, you don't want to learn a Reiki certification or go and do a healing training, you can just listen to your body. It speaks all the time. Your hungry belly is your body telling you that you need nourishment. All of those things, right? We know those signs. But when we start to notice the deeper sensing, sudden shooting pain in our shoulder might represent something else that we are working on. We hold all of our past lives. We hold the generations that came before us. All of that wisdom is found in our body, and it is there for us to access and to learn from. It is where we can find our deepest connection is going within. It is about learning to trust your intuition. It is about the personal healing and transformation that we do by learning this. It is developing our gifts in a place of safety where we are safe and inclusive to learn and grow. Ethics are huge, and those are always included in my courses because it's so important. But again, it goes beyond learning just about Reiki. It's about channeling information. It's about channeling energy through the body. It's about tracking and moving with the energy in the body. It is the science behind the woo. Learning to work with energy has taken me to places. It has given me answers. And it has soothed my soul in so many ways. And I want to share that with you. I want to be able to go beyond Reiki certifications, which is what I've done in the past. And I really want to embrace all the things that I have learned in my 20 years of doing Reiki and in my 16 years of a professional practice. Healing is part of my sessions. It is what I do. I think there was a point in my life where I denied that I was a healer, but I very much recognize that that is my purpose and that is my gift to share. And it gives me the deepest of pleasure to teach others that gift so that you can use it for yourself and with others to heal and grow and transform, because we are all on a spiritual journey and it is taking us to incredible places. And the tools we have to use along this journey are the ones that are really going to move us to the next level. So if you are wanting to deepen into this energy, if you're wanting a tool to help you move through the energetic shifts that just seem to be unending this time of year. 2026 is about moving the needle. We are year of the fire horse and things are shifting. And this is a tool that can help you process that, heal from it, transform it, grow, and just expand your energy. I am teaching Awaken the Healer Within. This will include a Reiki 1 and 2 certification, but it will go far beyond that. This course is 3 Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. with a dinner break, of course. 1 in July, 1 in August, 1 in September. Yes, they are about a month apart. This is important. What I have learned in teaching over my years is that we need time to process the information, process the energy, and practice and ask questions. And we can do that by having space in between those classes. Each day is going to give you a substantial amount of information and things to work on before the next class. You will get attuned for Reiki 1 and attuned for Reiki 2. Again, that's part of the reason why there's a gap in between, because we need 28 days between attunements. It's helpful. This course is going to be a limited number of people to make sure that I can give everyone the one-on-one attention that they need during this transformation, this healing journey, because it is important that you are able to ask your questions and get a deep understanding of this healing work before we are done our time together. If you are interested in learning more, please feel free to reach out to me or check out my socials and or my website fromtheheartandsoul.com for more information. This is a time for transformation and change. 2026 is a new beginning, and the energy we just moved into from the solstice is just the beginning of the craziness into massive transformation. If you are not standing in your truth right now, it is going to be presented to you in so many different ways. And this tool is one that will help you through just about anything in life. So, from my heart and soul to yours, until the next time, or until we take Reiki together. Thank you for spending this time with me. If something from this episode resonated, let it settle. Awareness will always show you what you need to know. If you feel called to go deeper, you're invited to explore the ways we can work together through private sessions, group experiences, and guided practices, all shared at my website, fromtheheartandsoul.com. And if this episode supported you, subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with someone on a similar path helps this work reach those who may need it. Trust what stayed with you. Trust what stirred. Those are the directions meant for you. Until the next time, keep listening inward and walking your path in your own way. From my heart and soul to yours.